right, this is the video you guys wait for. It's the best bet video. You're going to get a best bet from all three of us, and we're going to kick it off Saturday college football action. We've got Preston, and he's looking at Ohio State Bowling Green. Looking at a number of Ohio State minus 27.5. What do you think, Preston?
Yeah, I'm laying the points in this game. I actually really like Ohio State. It's a team last year that I think a few times I bet, and the market moved quite a bit on this team, and then they had no shot. They didn't cover very often at all. Cardale Jones struggled at quarterback. They'd bring in Barrett, and the offense was a lot better and more efficient with him. But there was just a lot of mess back and forth with who's going to be quarterback, and they were never really able to pull away in any games. And this year's a different story, although they're losing a lot of talent to the NFL in general. They have Barrett as their quarterback, their go-to guy. And I think you'll be able to focus on that. And it's more of a play against Bowling Green in this week one spot, though, ultimately. We've talked about a little bit in some of the videos I've done in the past. Jinx is coming from Texas Tech. He's going to be a head coach there. Ralph was just mentioning before he reminded me to make sure I was going to talk about this on the video, but they're great points. He's never even been an offensive or defensive coordinator himself, let alone a head coach. He's coming over to be the guy. He's bringing over coordinators that have never been a coordinator before. The defensive coordinator is coming from University of Texas San Antonio. He was the safeties coach there. And they have co-offensive coordinators. One of them was a grad assistant with Jinx at Texas Tech. They just have no experience. I've heard it's actually a mess even in practice. I've heard some reports that it's just bad news. You're coming into a game where just by default, even if Ohio State and Urban Meyer aren't trying to run it up, they're going to score points because this Bowling Green and Texas Tech has kind of, as a school, disregarded defense entirely the last few seasons. If that kind of attitude transfers over to Bowling Green, they don't have Matt Johnson, obviously their quarterback who won MAC Offensive Player of the Year last year. It's just a lot of new stuff for one team, and I think another side that in Ohio State that's out to prove something, and so I like laying the points.
All right, let's go. Excuse me. Got Ohio State from Preston. Ralph, your best bet, you're looking at Louisiana, Lafayette, and Boise State.
I love getting value when you're looking at a team that went 9-4 for 4 straight years. Last year struggled, had a few injuries, and then just never got it underway and had a losing year. Hudspeth is still the head coach at ULL. 2 years ago, these same two teams matched up. ULL was plus 17 at Boise. Okay, so now they're getting 20.5 at home. So we have about an 8.5 point swing with two of the most different home situations in football. The blue turf up north in Boise, the bayou in Louisiana. These kids in Boise have never seen 90% humidity and 90-degree temperatures. They moved this game to noon Eastern, so they have a 10 a.m. Eastern kickoff. You have a situation where under Hudspeth the last 5 years, ULL has only been a home dog twice. Both of those games they won outright. So a team who's not used to being a dog, waiting at home for an elite program against a Boise team who, by the way, host Washington State, a Pac-12 team right down the street from them next week. Oh, a great situation. I like ULL plus the points. You know what? I'm not going to call for a 20-point team to pull the upset, but if this happens, I wouldn't be shocked.
Great spot to take the underdog plus 20.5. My best bet, I'm going to go with an underdog, Western Michigan on Saturday at Northwestern. Now, this Western Michigan team, guys, they're loaded offensively. They bring back 8 returning starters, including senior quarterback Zach Terrell. This guy threw for 3,500 yards last year. He had a 29-9 touchdown to interception ratio. Just great stuff. They were a team that scored 8 of their games, they scored 30 or more. 6 of the 8 games, they scored 40 or more. And last season, they opened up against Michigan State. Now, that was even a bigger game because it was an in-state, getting to play a Big Ten school. But they're not going to be intimidated by Northwestern after they hung tough last year with Michigan State. And you look at this Northwestern club, they have lost 7 straight against the spread to MAC schools. And at home, they're on a run, just 6-14 against the spread, their last 20 at home. I don't think this team is going to come in here and manhandle them. I like Western Michigan plus the 5.5. I think this one goes down to the wire with either side coming out on top, and I see it as a 3-point game either way.
You have one player on that field that's going to the NFL next year, and that's Corey Davis from Western Michigan. The best player on that field is on your side.
So that's my best bet for this week. So there you go. Cheetah says take Ohio State, lay the 27.5. Ralph says to take Louisiana Lafayette plus the 20.5. And I've got Western Michigan plus 5.5. We're starting to see fives pop up around town. Those are the three best bets. If you want to save $10 this week at Wager Talk, your best bet, check out that weekend all access. Use coupon code Ralph and the number 10. You'll save $10 on any package this week at Wager Talk. We'll be back with more here at wagertalk.com.